Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11 we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
That's right, it is the Lions Fan Cave Chat, and wow, it's my host from tomorrow night, Austin of Heck, in Fantasy Sports Talk.
How's it going?
I have the latest in injury reports from today. Here are the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers is playing. Ben Skowronek, but they do not know if he'll play. Kyle Duggar did not practice, personal reasons. I heard it's something family stuff. Jabril Peppers returned to practice today. James Pierre did not practice. He's out. Christian Kuntz is in limited practice, but he has not been activated from his 21-day activation window yet. That has to be done tomorrow before 4 p.m. or he can't play. Zach Frazier returned to limited practice today. Nick Herbig did not practice. That's that linebacker we were told to watch out for. Still hurt. Andres Pete did not pass concussion protocol, so therefore he's probably out. Isaac Samalo, tricep injury, he's probably out. We know TJ Watt is out because they punctured his lung like they did Tyrod Taylor with San Diego when he was at the Chargers. Keanu Benton returned to practice, Cam Hayward returned to practice, and Derek Carman is more than likely playing. For the Lions, full practice for Vaki, Harper, Awasika, limited practice for Amik Robertson. They expect him to play. Limited practice today for Mahogany, but he's expected to be activated. No practice again for Glasgow. Something's going on with that knee, and I pray to God we don't have to see Christian Cologne. Taylor Decker did not practice at the end of the day. And Kirby Joseph, of course, did not practice. They should just put him on the IR and let him get his surgery and get healed for next year. Yep. Giovanni Manu had his activation window open along with, this is the last week for Mahogany.
Okay. Yeah, getting Mahogany. Yeah, getting him back
can't be worse than Cologne.
I mean, I think I can be better.
I personally hope, because he did play with I might be better than Cologne, and I have 120 pounds. That being said, let's see if we got any comments yet. No comments. Nobody watched. Everybody's watching college football playoffs. That's what's going on. Speaking of which, it's 1st and 7 on the Alabama 7 for the Oklahoma Sooners, with them leading 10-0 right now. Shocker, I might be right that Oklahoma's defense is way better than Alabama's offense. And in honor of the college football players, I had to wear my Oklahoma State Barry Sanders jersey.
Hell yeah.
A little, but you're okay.
Okay.
Somebody said, "Oh, you became an Oklahoma State Cowboys fan?" I was like, "No, read the patch. 99 Ring of Honor inductee. That's Barry Sanders the year he retired."
Sanders fan. Correct me up when, who was it? Leonard said that you really want just a prime Sanders jersey from.
Yeah.
Was that Leonard that said that?
No. Yeah, that was Lynn.
Okay.
This is the only Sanders that mattered to me. So, that being said, I think the keys to the game are the same as they are every week. We need to run the ball effectively, just set up play action, which is where Goff flourishes. Defense to play more zone. Do you disagree with that?
What's that? I'm sorry.
I said we need to run the ball effectively to set up the play action so Goff can flourish.
Mm-hmm.
The interior O-line has to protect.
Yeah.
And on defense, we need to run more zone than man.
I agree with
Because
that.
we ran mostly zone versus the Cowboys, and that worked well.
It worked well, and I want to say we ran more zone in the first half against the Rams, and that was working relatively okay. But yeah, no, the interior offensive line needs to hold up this week, and with TJ Watt, I think he's been ruled out. Is that what we said? He's ruled out for this week.
He's out. He's out for the season. He's out for.
That's what I thought with that collapsed lung.
His own team doctors tried to do that same thing for the muscle between the ribs by and am I lagging?
I don't know if it's
Am
me
I
or
lagging to
you.
you?
You are to me a little bit, yeah.
It's probably okay. Yeah, we both are at times. Hi.
Hi. You're lagging.
What
all
I
the
was talking about in that Jake Paul. Yeah, I know.
time. I hate Jake Paul. Oh,
Probably got to. There. That's probably better. I just turned off my screen sharing for a minute.
Okay.
It makes it eat too many resources. Anyways, what I was trying to say is in that Paul Tyson fight, in that first round, he almost knocked him out, and Jake Paul clinched him. You see him mouth some words to him, and all of a sudden, Tyson's not hitting as hard. It's like
no. We watched the fight.
But that's because in Jake Paul's contract, it literally said if Tyson knocks him out, he makes less than $2 million. In other words, he makes nothing. Whereas if the fight goes 7 rounds, he made $20 million. You tell me, what are you doing?
Going 7, getting the 20.
Oh, maybe I need to back off. And so he did just enough to lose. That's all he did the rest of the fight. He won the first round by a landslide. It was like I think it was a 10-6 decision in the first round. But after that, everything was like 9-7, 9-7, 8-6, 9-7 throughout the rest of the fight, which gave Paul just enough to beat him.
I just wish he'd get his butt knocked out and never fight again.
And I think that's why he doesn't get knocked out by anybody. It's because he writes that in the rules, in this contract.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he wants the money and be stuck up.
And he wants the perfect record.
Yep.
He's going to do this to break Floyd Mayweather's record is what he's going to do.
He's like
Money Mayweather.
But the difference is these are not professional boxing certified fights. It's not the same. They don't count towards the world boxing points. The WBO.
Oh.
That's why he's always fighting has-beens and never wasn't.
Didn't think about it. I didn't know that. Okay. I don't watch boxing.
I thought about watching the fight and then but I don't want to. Why watch it when I hate him? I kind of didn't even want to watch the Tyson one because I was like, I hate him so much. But I know I was going for Tyson obviously because I was like, I want him to get like knocked out by Tyson. But then I'm like,
and it was close. It was so close. because his knees rocked when he got that cross thrown across his jaw. I was like, oh, what's gonna happen?
And then I think like Tyson went down. Yeah, Tyson wasn't hitting as hard anymore, and I felt like I was just watching a boring fight. I'd rather watch UFC. Don't get me wrong.
It was like watching the undercard fight before the silver and gold gloves start.
Mm.
You know, when you're out there watching the kids fight that can't punch yet. That's
Yeah.
what it looked like. Don't get me wrong. Jake Paul's probably a great athlete. Probably can do a lot of things good. But I think if he went toe-to-toe with the conditioned current heavyweight
He'll get his
contender
shit rocked.
boxer, he'd be laid out by third
Mhm.
round.
And I'd be happy.
Guys, but you're not the only one. I think half of America would be happy.
Yeah, right.
His internet following might not be, but we would be as fans of the sport, the old sweet science of boxing. With watching people like Oscar De La Hoya, Roy Jones Jr. Heck, I even got to see Muhammad Ali fight once in my time. That was
Oh wow.
that was
Canelo's
a long
famous
time.
one. Canelo.
Say what?
Says,
Yeah, Canelo. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
all right. It's just Mayweather. I mean, we've seen some great boxers. I'm sorry, we have in my lifetime. Remember, I've been
Yeah.
around 55 years. I've seen about 20 more years boxing than you have.
I watched a few of Floyd's fights. He was all right. My dad hated him, but it's fine.
And he barely beat De La Hoya in that fight. That was such a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
And some people say he didn't win, but that's neither here nor there. So, are we ready to do this?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm out.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Is it on the screen? Yes, it is. Okay, I had to check. So I'm going to be on that screen. Oh, what's this? Alabama scored, but it's 17-7.
Okay. Come on, Sooners.
So I got it on fast, and I'm not doing trades. I'm not accepting any trades. We're just gonna pick where we pick.
Okay.
And away we go.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Do you see who's on the board?
Yeah, Detroit.
Caden Proctor. No, Caden Proctor.
Let me blow this up a little bit so I can actually see. There we go.
Caden Proctor, you're a lion.
Hell yeah.
I didn't think you'd disagree.
No.
And reject. Well, let's see who's in the edge department real quick.
Maybe Gabe Jagar, Emmanuel Pregnan.
Joshua Joseph of Tennessee. Let's see what he has. Oh, he's more of an outside linebacker.
Tennessee.
I was looking for an edge that.
Justice Haynes.
Anthony Lucas out of USC. There we go. 6'5", 272. His long crown frame at energized athleticism.
High-end
Production,
flashes.
yeah, he needs-
Spacing, undersized Lucas' actual power, stacking strength, that's on game. Inside counters using
No.
his lateral agility and heavy hands.
He could be a stand-up or hand in the dirt rusher. That's good. But let's see if there's another one. Let's just go to edge. That'll be easier. Defense, edge. Oh, there he is. Kenyatta Jackson Jr. This is the guy. What do you think?
Oh, well, he's how big? Six? Is that 6'7", 6'6"?
6'6", 265.
265. Damn.
He broke out with 5.5 sacks, 10 tackles for loss, with a dominant showing against Penn State and Michigan.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, yeah,
I like that size better than 6'3" and 234. That's basically
Yeah.
Malcolm Rodriguez.
No doubt. Yeah, Kenyatta Jackson.
Now we don't have another pick till round 4.
Oh shit! Buckle up.
I'll go back to all.
Without going corner with that pick.
You'd go corner here, or would you go center?
Our first pick was
Keelan Rutledge. Our first pick was tackle.
Was it offensive tackle?
Yep.
Yeah, why not? Let's shore up the offense. Let's shore up the offensive line. Let's get a center.
Ooh, I know that's way off, but I don't think they'll be there when we get there. Jake Slaughter out of Florida, 6'4" and 303. But the guy that I hear a lot about is this Logan Jones out of Iowa, 6'3" and 293. This is the kid everybody says is probably one of the best centers. And it'll probably show up. Pause it? Oh, it did. It paused it. Okay. I think I'd go Logan Jones here myself.
Yeah, let's get a center. Let's shore up let's solidify the offensive line again.
Okay, reject.
Now here would corner or linebacker?
Corner, linebacker, or safety for me.
Who
do
we got at corner?
There's no one up here at corner yet. There's Jalen Kilgore out of South Carolina, 6'1" and 219. But he has played boundary corner, nickel, box safety, and field safety. He has this past season, 3 tackles for loss, 5 interceptions, 5 pass breakups.
Not bad.
I don't mind it.
I like it. Who was I was looking at?
Now, here's where I might double down at edge. Because we're into that 6th round now. And look at this guy who fell from Florida. Look at the last name.
Sapp.
Sapp. As in SAPP, Warren Sapp.
Oh.
It's either a nephew or a son. I'm taking him.
Yep.
I'm doubling down. Should be coming up on our next pick soon. I think this is our last pick. This is where I just take whatever corner is available. Let's see. There's Marcus Allen. Doesn't have any stats on him. TJ Hall. 190.
You would double down on another corner and not take a linebacker in the draft?
6'1" and 190. Kalen Lee. Did we take a corner? I thought we took a linebacker.
I don't think so.
Let's look at what we took. I took the safety / corner.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 2 more picks yet. So yeah, we can.
Oh, good.
We can definitely go an actual corner. Because it says our needs are edge, OC, which we did that. We did edge and OC. We did linebacker. No, we didn't do linebacker. We need linebacker and corner. So let's look at the linebackers. Yeah, 228, which is after this. See, did we get any comments yet? No comments. Nobody. Oh, we got 20 people watching though.
Jerry Hill.
Light, though. I don't want another light corner at that fight. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for light. Like 6 foot and 195 isn't bad. But when there's like 6'2" and 195, I have issues.
Mm-hmm.
5'11" and 194. That's
Zeke Berry.
a big boy for that fight. Let's see this. Zeke Berry, first comprehensive starting action for Wolverine. Performances were rocky. Never mind. Lack fit swivel.
Yeah.
So he's probably 6'1.5" because somebody, some places list him 6'1", other places will list him 6'2".
Mm-hmm.
201 pounds. I like that size. Was rarely beaten downfield. Paired his long physical frame with straight line speed to miracle breakup plays, registering 8 pass breakups and 28 tackles across 13 starts. He looked draw serious attention as a prototypical. In the late 6th round like this, I don't mind it.
Yeah, that's not bad.
What do you think?
Judge, yeah, why not? I like it. Judge Collier.
Okay, now we can go back to those linebackers. The same guys are there. Let's see who's got the prototypical size. That's what I'm looking for. 6'1", 240. 6'6", 225. That's a defensive end that lost weight.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. 6'5" and 242 out of Oklahoma, which used to be linebacker U. And Oklahoma's playing some damn good defense right now. What do you think?
I like it. I was looking at the linebacker out of Indiana, Fisher, but I didn't see him on there.
Yeah, this is
Aiden
way
Fisher.
after he went. He went a long
Yeah, he probably went a long
time
time
ago.
ago. So
Aiden Fisher, yeah, he's gone.
I like him. I like
Kendall
Kendall.
Daniels, you're a lion. Yep. Now we just go to all and we look at the best available. Lewis Bond. No. If I'm going to take one. Ooh.
We're on round 7.
6'3" and 325. 6 foot 265. God, that's short but huge. This is the kid out of Indiana too. Mikhail Kamara. DJ Hall's still there. Imagine that. I don't want to double down at safety because we know one of the two is coming back for sure. Ooh. Anchors the interior of the Texas offensive line, 6'3", 320-pound senior who started right guard the past 2 seasons. Now we have our right guard. If it had said left guard, I'd have been all in.
Mock drafting.
And this guy can play tackle or guard, and that's something that Brad Holmes covet. What do you think? Grab him?
Yeah.
We filled all the needs. Yep, natural tackle or guard. Okay, I was just making sure I was getting the right guy. Trey Zoom. I don't think I have another pick.
I think we're
Weight
done.
team is the last one. We are. There we go. There is our draft. First mock draft of the season is done, guys. What do you think?
I like it. I like the Caden Proctor pick. He's a damn good tackle.
I'm going to come back here. I'm going to remove this from the screen. Get us back up here. Now, Steve, as I promised, first mock draft of the season is done. And I can even download the... I close the tab. That should stop me from lagging. So let's go ahead and add in the picture of our latest mock. And we can go over it better where everyone can see it. Caden Proctor, Jalen Kilgore. Oh, wait, let's go in order, though. Caden Proctor, Kenyatta Jackson Jr. out of Ohio State, Logan Jones out of Iowa, Jalen Kilgore out of South Carolina, Tariq Sapp, edge out of Florida, Judge Collier, cornerback, South Carolina. Kendall Daniels, linebacker, Oklahoma. And offensive guard who can play tackle, Trey Zune out of Texas A&M. All Power 5 schools.
Mm-hmm.
No bottom feeding.
Not for the Lions.
And that's if we picked there at 17, like it said.
17. Which hopefully we don't. Hopefully we're a little bit further down.
And I'm going to say it again, guys. I'm dead serious. This is a must-win game because of the difference. Because we already lost the Rams. If we lose this game, the drop-off in playoff chances is massive.
Yeah.
If it goes to less than 50% as a chance to even make the playoff, 9 times out of 10, a team does not. I think there's only been, 4 teams that have made it with a losing record or close to a 500 record into the playoffs in the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah, it's not very often.
I know the Bucks did it once. I know the Commanders did it once. The Giants did it twice with 9 and 7.
Yeah, and they won the Super
There you
Bowl.
go. And both years.
Yeah, both years. Yeah, you're right.
I'm just saying, in the last 20 years, that's it. Yes, I took I'll put it back up. I took the center out of Iowa. Logan Jones in the 4th round. He was available. I took Proctor, the tackle out of Alabama. Kenyatta Jackson, edge out of Ohio State. Logan Jones, offensive center out of Iowa. In the 4th, in the 5th, which we had 2 5th-round picks, was Jalen Kilgore and Tariq Sapp. I doubled down at edge. And I basically tripled down on offensive line. We need a tackle, we need another guard, and we need a center. We know we found our guard in Ratledge. We don't know if Mahogany is all that in a bag of chips. We don't know if Frazier is all that in a bag of chips. That's why I grabbed this guy, because he also plays tackle. And that's the starter at Texas A&M. But Kilgore place is a lot like Brian Branch. He's that all-around safety that you can put everywhere. He's played boundary corner, in other words, on the outside. He's played nickel. He's played dime. He's played in the box safety and roam the field safety. So, and he has good size, 6'1" and 219. That's a killer size for a safety. So there it is. The first mock draft of the 2025 season as done by Smoke and Jeremy B, with a little help from Austin, because I asked him if he thought that was he was reading the same stuff I was.
Yeah. Well, and I like another reason I liked the Kilgore pick was, we needed depth in the secondary. Amika's on his final year of his 2-year deal. So I seriously doubt we re-sign him. And then, like we said, he's a multifaceted contributor for North Carolina right now. And he led the SEC with 5 interceptions last year.
Connor Lew went in the first 2 rounds. I didn't have a shot at him.
Yeah.
I wasn't taking him at 17 with Caden Proctor on the board. I'm sorry. I'm not. No. Yeah, that was like in the 2nd round when Ratledge was there, and we traded up that little bit to get him. Everybody forgets we traded up to get him, too. We did it because we had to. If a guy like Caden Proctor is anywhere near the Lions pick, and that doesn't... He's Alabama's version of Tate Ratledge.
There you go. That's a good way to put it.
Mullet boy.
Mullet boy.
Dan Campbell's protege. Now, I got to see if I can do that.
Oh, Logan Jones also earned the Joe Moore Award. Oh, he was the finalist for the Joe Moore Offensive Line Award.
I'm trying to get this thing sent to my phone here. Now I'm trying to send that there it is. I got it. Good. Now I can share that to the chat. I love PFN. That Iowa Center would be good too. Yeah, I couldn't believe he was there. Ricky, I had a request from one of the fans in the chat to do a mock draft if we lost to the Rams. So yes, I did one mock draft.
That's
There's
only
the
one we're
result,
doing.
Ricky. The only one I'm doing until the end of the season. I'm not doing one a week. I'm not doing 4 a show. At the end of the season, whether we're in the playoffs or not, whenever we're out of it, it'll be mock draft palooza every Friday night because that's what I do.
That's fine.
But that's our only mock draft that we will do in season because I made a promise to a fan that I'd do it. Caden Proctor, Kenyatta Jackson Jr., Logan Jones, Jason Kilgore, Tariq Sapp, Judge Collier, Kalen Daniels, and Trey Zune. End of story. Gotcha. Living up to a bet is always good. What's good this evening? Hey, I looked at our 13 people on the IR, and 7 of them aren't even starters.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm not. We're nowhere near as injured as we were last year. We have as many on there, but we're nowhere near as injured as we were last year. It just sucks that the 4 main ones injured are Sam Laporta, Harry-On Arnold, Kirby Joseph, and Brian Branch.
Yep.
It sucks.
It does suck. But gotta adjust, gotta play through it, gotta win these games.
Jake just bet $200K on Jake Paul to beat AJ. Paul Jones! Hey, Paul, I know you were here when Donkey Kong said that if we lost to the Rams, I should do a mock draft. I did it. That's the result. I did one mock draft. I did it live on the show. I did not draft anything outside of needs, and I doubled down at edge. Long time listener, first time watch. Ricky. In all actuality, I think we'd be better off in the long run. Because pretty soon we're going to lose Hank Fraley. If Frank Ragnow sits in the weeds and waits for that to happen and then applies to be coach of our O-line. Because basically Frank Ragnow became an all-pro under Hank Fraley.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy y'all are here. I'm going to do it again. I'm rocking that Barry, the 1999 Ring of Honor Barry uniform. So, other than being sick as a dog and still out here kicking it with you guys, it's been a great week.
Yeah. She's fine.
Let's go check on that Alabama Oklahoma game. 17-17. They scored 17 points in the second quarter on them.
Jeez.
Michael Denton Edwards. I got to show you the results. I told you I'd do a mock draft, and I did. Ta-da! Easiest results I ever had to put up. I did a screenshot as soon as it was over. Caden Proctor in the first round. Kenyatta Jackson, edge out of Ohio State, second round. Logan Jones, center in the fourth round. In the fifth round, I got Jason Kilgore and Tyreek Sapp. In the sixth round, I got Judge Collier and Kendall Daniels. In the seventh round, I got Trey Zune, offensive guard, Texas A&M.
She's bad.
Oh, which one is that? Are you even running off of that old? Yeah, Stream East. It's been down a while. And that was with no trades. That was just picking where our that would be a great draft. All players. I am keeping track of the score here. It's all tied right now. 4th and 3 on the Oklahoma 31. I doubt they go for it. They should punt it away. Because there's only 28 seconds left. First down, 11 for Oklahoma Center, 4 for Crimson Tide. Wow. Time of possession. Alabama's only had the ball for 10 minutes and 22 seconds. Oklahoma's had it for 18 minutes and 24 seconds. And yes, I did transfer that from the computer to my phone, and I shared it into my Lions Fan Cave chat, where I share most of my news throughout the day, where we discuss all sorts of stuff, not just Lions, but we had discussed it all. But mostly Lions. Not going to lie. 90% of us are Lions fans in there. Channels is being played on ABC. Yeah. $17-17 going into the half. I still think Oklahoma's going to finish it out. Oklahoma just got a free first down. Uh-oh. Running into the punter. I know it was 4th and 3. Was it offside? What was it? Oh. What a great week, though. It's never good following a loss for a fan of a football team, because then you got to hear it from everybody else. But you know what? We hung 34 on one of the best defenses in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And the Honolulu Blue Flute strikes again. Doesn't matter if you win or you beat us. What happens the next week?
You get your ass rocked. You get your shit rocked. Well, they didn't get their shit rocked. That was actually a hell of a game.
That was one hell of a game. But
That was crazy.
to win on the craziest 2-point conversion call I ever heard.
The 2-point conversion, being down by 16 with only like 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Darnold throwing the ghosts all game.
And then all of a sudden waking up.
And then all of a sudden, like, channel.
Oh, sideline interference. Oh, that's huge.
Wow.
That is huge.
Me as a JSN owner in fantasy hating life because, he's getting 0 points in the first half and then goes off for 97 yards and a touchdown.
Who's that?
JSN.
Oh. Love the way they cried. And they're still crying about it. But it was the right call. It was a backwards pass, which technically is like an extended sweep play or a halfback toss.
Mm-hmm.
It was batted back by their own player.
Mm-hmm.
It landed in the hands of another player and hit the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a fumble at that point because it was a backwards pass. And nobody tried to grab it after it rolled in the end zone except for a Seahawks player. 2-point conversion, good.
Yeah, Charbonnet. Heads up play by him by grabbing the ball in the end zone.
Great results to the worst broken play I've ever seen.
But yeah,
It was almost as good as Stumble Bum, except they planned that play.
Right. But yeah, the last few minutes of that fourth quarter with the Shaheed return for the punt return for the touchdown, that started it all. And then
It was amazing.
it was.
Yes, that backwards pass touched by the defense makes it a live ball. Good call. David Fox, it is good to see you. It's been a minute since I've seen you comment on anything. For those of you that didn't see it, I did do the mock draft that Donkey Kong in the chat asked me to do. It is now halftime, and it's still 17-17, right? Yep, still 17-17. And so this is the draft. Caden Proctor at 17, because right now that's where we'd be picking. Kenyatta Jackson, edge at Ohio State. In the second round, in the fourth round, Logan Jones, offensive center out of Iowa. Then Jalen Kilgore, safety, nickel cornerback out of South Carolina. Tyreek Sapp, edge out of Florida. What was he, like 6'6" and 265? Isn't that what it said?
Yes.
Judge Collier, another one out of South Carolina, another tall, big corner, which is something we need. I think he was 6 foot and 210. Kendall Daniels is your prototypical linebacker out of Oklahoma, who's actually playing tonight. 6'5" and 242. And Trey Zune, offensive guard, Texas A&M. But he can also play tackle. I only drafted from 3 teams not in the playoffs. Iowa, South Carolina, and Florida. Every single one of those teams were Power 5 teams that I drafted out of. You know where I didn't draft out of? Michigan. Why? Every time I read something, there was a red flag that is something we don't need. The one guy was too handsy. The one guy had no hip swivel. It explains why we were a 3-loss team this year, or a 4-loss team, whatever it was. Were we a 4-loss team? Were we 8-4? Right?
We are. Michigan was 9-3.
9-3. Yes, we do, because, Decker, even though he hasn't said it, he's been thinking about it. He's been in and out of the lineup for 3 years now. He misses about 3 games a year just because he's sore. Most wives do.
Oh shit.
There's an old joke, and a young man was about to get married for the first time, and he told his dad, "Dad, I'm a virgin. I don't know what to do." He goes, "Well, I want you to take a nickel and put it in your front right pocket, and every night shift your hip towards your right pocket and say nickel, nickel. Do it like 20 times." So he does it. He comes back a day later. "Well, what do I do now?" And now I want you to put a dime in the other front pocket and then swivel back and forth and go nickel, dime, nickel, dime. It's okay. And then he sits there and he goes, "What do I do now?" The next day, he goes, "Now put a quarter in your left back pocket. Go nickel, dime, quarter, nickel, dime, quarter." So he does that for a while, and he goes, "Now what?" He goes, "Now put $1 in your other back pocket and go nickel, dime, quarter, dollar, nickel, dime, quarter, dollar, and just get your hips moving good." He goes, "And then when you're with your girlfriend, you'll know what to do." He goes, "Okay, Dad." So he practices it, and he goes there, and he's with his girlfriend, and in his head, he's going nickel, dime, quarter, dollar, nickel, dime, quarter, dollar, buck 40, buck 40, buck 40, buck 40, buck 40. There's my dad joke of the day for you. When the news is light, you got to fill the void somehow, and bad dad jokes are good for it. My favorite one that I told in our Lions fan cave chat still is, "What did one boob say to the other boob?"
Come out.
We better get some support before they think we're nuts. David liked that joke too. Buck 40, I gotta go see if my wife is awake. Yes. Try the nickel, dime, quarter, dollar first. It works up to that. And again, thank you, Vikings fan Michael Johnson. That's who sent me this.
Oh, really? Nice.
I've got amazing friends and amazing fans that I've met through this show. We've gotten together. Ricky Seacott's talking about beginning of May. He's going to be here.
Nice.
We're gonna meet up. I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping we hear some of that music in the background. We got the girls dancing in front of us. Oh, I'm trying to feel better by having fun. Because you know what? Life's too short to mope.
Amen.
We lost Greg Biffle yesterday.
Yeah,
and his
that was.
entire family in that plane crash.
Megan told me about that. That's horrible.
2 of his friends and the pilot. 7 people lost their lives in that crash. So my heart goes out to the remaining family members and friends that are living.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Biffle also was a Lions fan. He was part of the super fan group.
Oh, didn't know that.
That's why it's Rock the Lions community. He used to hang out with the Blue Crew.
Okay.
Blue Tub Gating Crew. Oh, you're not the only one. The last home game of the season, I want to go. But they have priced the average fan out of going to games.
Yep, unfortunately.
I mean, base ticket price on a nosebleed seat in the very back of the third balcony in the end zone, which is your cheapest seat, where you can barely see the screen, is $275 at face value. By the time you add in the surcharges, Ticketmaster fees, and everything else, you're paying $300 a ticket.
Yep.
A family of 4 with parking and food. My first year I started doing this, I did it with another group in 2021. The first year we had Dan Campbell. 2022 is my first year solo. I'm going on my 4th year. This is my 4th season, because it's the Lions' 5th season with Dan Campbell as the helm, at the helm.
Mm-hmm.
I started out as a guest throughout the summer before that season with Detroit Lions on the prowl, and Jim Bordeaux, and Curtis Steele and Valerie Bordeaux, Jim's wife. And then they introduced me to a couple of guys who were real good guys. Amen. Saturday night, Friday night, Sunday night, I don't care. We'll go. I've been growing organically, slowly. I did it the old-fashioned way. I refuse to pay for subs, because if they're not active, if they don't comment, if they don't like, if they don't share, YouTube has a way of weeding them out. I've been to 2, so you're blessed.
I've been to none.
Since Dan took over?
I don't think so.
Well, one, I went to the
Wait,
tailgate.
maybe?
I went to the tailgate, but didn't go to the game. That was when we played the Eagles for the home opener the one year.
With Dan Campbell as the coach?
I think so.
The first year that Campbell was our coach, is that the year that we played the Niners and almost came back and won that game?
Yeah, that was the
Against
very first week. That was
Buffalo?
the home opener
Okay.
against Jimmy.
That was
Jimmy
the
G.
last game Megan and I have been to, was that one.
And Goff in that second half was phenomenal.
Yeah. So I've been to one since Campbell's been the coach.
I think they were up like, what was it, 28-13 at the half.
Yeah, it was bad.
And then I'm just here for the free soda and chips. Hey! Cheers.
Oh yeah. So been to one since Campbell's been here. I only went to one with Patricia.
I couldn't go to a game with Patricia because I watched that Monday night debacle at first.
That was the game I went to. I was at that Monday night debacle against the Jets.
Oh, it started out so good when Glover.
Oh yeah, the first play of the game was a pick six.
And I was like, yes, finally we have a defense. And then I was like, fire this fucker now.
Mm-hmm.
This guy couldn't coach a defense with both hands on a map.
So yeah, only went to one game. Only wanted to go to one game after that. I don't even think my dad and I left shortly after the fourth quarter started. I'm like, let's just go gamble because this ain't no fun no more.
Time to hit Greektown.
Yep, exactly what we did.
That's awesome. And then the next time, and it's weird that it was that date, October 2nd, 2002. I took my dad to see the Seahawks game, which we got robbed with the weird time clock anomaly at halftime. That's the only reason why they won that game. But what's weird about that is I can see you getting off the stands wanting to choke me. Yes. But 20 years before that. 20 years. No, 2022. Excuse me, not 2002. October 2nd, 2022, exactly 40 years after my dad took me to my first game at the Pontiac Silverdome, I took him to his first game at Ford Field.
Nice.
And it was an amazing experience. We got there early enough. We were able to do the power hour. I got to go to the karaoke booth and get $15 off of my because I caught the golden ticket.
Oh, cool.
$15 off the concession, so I bought a piece of hot dog and some popcorn and a pop. Still cost me $30 after the $15 off. But that was a great day. I was proud of that, the fact that I got to do it 40 years after I took my dad to a game.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that was when I fell in love with Billy Sims and the Lions completely. I mean, I loved them already because my dad talking about the glory years, him listening to them on the radio win their last championship. Part of me does too. At the same time, part of me doesn't. There's a lot of bad memories at that Silverdome, but there's a lot of bad memories at Ford Field too.
0-16.
Millen era, the whole Millen era, the first
Millen
10
era,
years,
yeah.
the whole first 10 years was absolute dog shit. And then when he left and they kept Lawand and Mayhew, and I was like going, oh my God, what the fuck are we doing? They were his assistants. They can't be any better. They weren't first. I will say that. They were slightly better. I didn't think it would be, but it was. We ended up with Stafford. Pettigrew, who set the tight end receivings record the one year, which Sam Laporta finally broke.
Mm-hmm.
And I still say it to this day. The only reason why Eric Ebron caught 13 touchdown catches that year with Andrew Luck is because, look, he had 39 targets in the red zone, which he dropped the rest of them. Our buddy, the dirty Detroit Dom, made Eric Ebron leave social media.
Really?
One comment after a picture of him holding his kid.
Don't drop him.
I hope you hold on to that kid better than you do a football.
Well, he's not wrong.
The next day, Eric Ebron left social media. I don't know if he did it for good, but he did that day.
Jeez.
Kudos to Detroit Dom.
Yes.
And then after that, Eric Ebron disappeared into obscurity. Oh, Matt Millen was far worse, but Bob Quinn, at least he could draft offensive linemen. Graham Glasgow and Taylor Decker and Frank Ragnow were his three best picks in his tenure. And technically, if you want to get to it, Laken Tomlinson. Because Laken Tomlinson, Millen set up his job to be the assistant for John Lynch by trading him for a third-round pick to San Francisco. They went to the Super Bowl that next season with Laken Tomlinson. Eric Ebron was pathetic.
Yes, he was.
Dominic Raiola, good center, but a prick of a person.
Mm-hmm.
And I will never applaud Jeff Sackett. Yes, I call Jeff Backus Jeff Sackett. His best year, and he goes and breaks his arm, and then we had to put that other bum in, and he was never the same again.
Right.
Let's talk about the picks that Millen really sucked at. Gosder Chairless. Robert Gallery. Names ring any bells?
Not yet.
Bad offensive lineman.
See, when was the Matt Millen era? How old was I?
It started in the 2000 year and ran through 2009.
Okay, so I was 5 when he took when the Millen era started.
Right. I know. Unlike me, who was 29 turning 30. Going, oh, God. We drafted Joey Harrington. He had a 57% completion percentage in college. He sucked.
I mean, I remember Joey Harrington. See
Charles Rogers. Mike Williams out of USC. Roy Williams.
Yeah, I remember
Back
those
to
guys.
back to back. I know. Roy Williams was his best pick. And his last pick that he got to pick in a draft for the first round was his best pick, and Calvin Johnson. That's it. Teddy Lehman, medical bust. Ernie Sims, concussion bust. He was concussion prone in college. That means he's going to be concussion prone in. Jordan Dizon. The micro machine out of Colorado. By far, Boss Bailey. Another one.
What was the earliest Lions team I remember watching as a kid?
Yes, R-Truth Penner. Ryan Broyles.
Mm-mm.
Second round pick with the bad knee that we grabbed.
Okay.
Another wide receiver. Yay! I think he drafted like 8 wide receivers and none of them worked out. His UDFAs did better. David Kirkus.
Yeah.
Out of Grand Valley State. We could have had Jeff Janis, but they let him walk out the building in the preseason as a UDFA. He went to Green Bay and won a Super Bowl with Aaron fucking Rodgers. Oh, that was the same year as the Andrew Truck getting killed, right? Wasn't that the 1991 or 94 season? I can't remember which one it was.
Orlovsky was the starter the year before we drafted Stafford, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank God he walked out the back of the end zone. That secured the number 1 pick for the Lions. Even though it was the stupidest thing he could have done.
So that was the 2008 season. Right, yeah, because we drafted Stafford in 09.
Yep.
So that's about I think that's the earliest Lions team I remember watching.
And that was Mayhew's first pick.
Okay.
Breaking news. Hendon Hooker is with the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it was the 91 season. I was right. I couldn't remember if it was 91 or 94. And the only reason why I thought of 94 was 94 was another good year, and I got the truck over here. Yep. 91, and yes, same year Andeltech got ran over cutting his lawn by a semi truck. Yep. Can you imagine that?
No. Ow.
Getting killed by a semi truck mowing your front lawn.
Oh, that's horrible.
Not even on the road, not a mechanical malfunction of your own vehicle. In the safety of what's supposed to be your yard, your sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
And back in 91, cutting a yard was the man thing to do. Right now, let's see. If they've done anything yet in this game. They're saying it's still halftime.
That's a long ass halftime.
Oh, there we go. Okay. It's 4th and 4 on the Alabama 47. Oklahoma has the ball. There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter. Nobody scored. I say that was the longest halftime I've ever heard of.
Right, no doubt. Jesus.
So the good news is that there's nothing coming on the huddle tonight after us, so we can continue to talk if we want, and we're live on people's TV still. Woo-hoo! My Facebook radio's still here. That's why my wife blows the lawn, Patty. Oh, Patty. God, I love you. I love my band. Oh.
No, I think the
But Patty,
best.
Patty, you didn't get to see it. You weren't here. But I did do, like Donkey Kong asked, if we lost to the Rams, I'd do a mock draft. There it is. That's my mock draft. I did it live here on the air. A lot of you weren't here. Caden Proctor is our first round pick. Kenyatta Jackson Jr., edge out of Ohio State, second round pick. Logan Jones, I think he was like the 5th or 6th center on the board at 118 in the 4th round. Jalen Kilgore as my first pick in the 5th round. Later in the 5th round, Tyreek Sapp, edge out of Florida, 6'6", 265. At 204, I took Judge Collier, cornerback out of South Carolina, 6'1" and 210. Kendall Daniels, 6'5", 242-pound linebacker out of Oklahoma. And Trey Zune, a 6'5" guard at 323 pounds out of Texas A&M, who also can play tackle. Well, they must have punted because now Alabama has the ball. 1st and 10 on the Alabama 25.
And I think the best Lions team I watched in like the early 2010 was the 2014 season Lions.
The 14-15 season where we went up for the wild card and got robbed on the face guarding call. They picked up the flag.
Yeah, to the Cowboys.
But you know what? We didn't lose because of the flag. We can say that all we want. Did it change the game in that moment? Yes, but we lost that game because we stopped running the ball in the second half.
Mhm.
Every time we ran the ball for a first down, there was a holding penalty. 3 of them on Calvin Johnson alone. I will say Calvin Johnson was not a run blocker. All he did was drag guys to the turf, and he couldn't make sure his hands were inside the pad. Does Bill Laimbeer? He should. Part of one of very few back-to-back Hall of Fames. He was I think he got Defensive Player of the Year once. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. And with the way he coached the Shock in the WNBA when they were here, what were they, 3-time champions? I think they won 3 out of 4 years in the WNBA then. 3rd and 6 on the Alabama 41, so they're not moving the ball well. Yes, he was a Defensive Player of the Year.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, I think he should be in. At least I would put him in. Don't forget to like on whatever platform you're watching. We weren't able to go into Kick because Ken the Bear Fan didn't set it up. That bastard. Slacker. But we are live into my YouTube channel. and the Facebook page of the same team, same name, which is Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions. Robbie, good to see you. Robbie, you were here last week when that guy told me to do my first mock draft. There it is. I did it live here on the air, so if you want to watch it later, go back and rewatch it. I think it was around the 35-minute mark when I started the draft, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't take long. What, 5 minutes? Maybe
Yeah,
10 top?
10 minutes, yeah.
But I looked at scouting profiles. I read them aloud before I picked people. I didn't just automatically select, other than Caden Proctor. I didn't have to read that one.
Yeah, that was I didn't get to see it. That was the quickest draft.
Quickest first round pick he saw since Aiden Hutchinson when Brad Holmes found out that they took Trayvon Walker. Before they came back from commercial, the pick was in. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember the NFL not being too pleased with that either.
Wasn't happy about the Jahmyr Gibbs one either.
No.
It was the same thing that year. Wonder why were they so upset at us making fast first round picks? Because they're good.
Well, what I heard next year, they're knocking 2 minutes off.
Yes, I did. I did go strictly by team needs, and I doubled down on some team needs. The team needs were tackle, center, edge, linebacker, cornerback, and safety. The only thing I went different was Trey Zune in the 7th round because he's a guard that starts for Texas A&M that can play tackle. And I added offensive tackle as a need because guess what? Taylor Decker may retire.
Yeah, I would be surprised if he doesn't in the next year or two.
I think he's done this year because next year is his last year of a regular contract. And after that, it's 2 void years on that contract because he did restructure it once already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, that kid out of Iowa, he's considered like the 5th or 6th best center in the draft. I don't think he lasts to the 4th round, but if he's there, I'm damn sure taking him. And after the combine, all those numbers will change real fast.
Yeah.
Like it does every year. Alabama Proctor guy you picked up got flagged for a false start. That's going to happen. It's a big game right now. Yep, there he is. That was at 13:37 in the 3rd quarter. He got called for that. So it's 1st and ball on the Oklahoma 25, which means they must have punted it in the end zone. It's about time the powers that be knocked 2 minutes off of exhibition. Oh, wait, you meant the draft. Damn, I was still thinking Buck 40. Sorry. I love you. Comment of the night.
Oh, shit.
You're on there. You're in there with the comedic timing. I love it, brother. Oh, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love to everybody in the chat. You have a great day. And good question. Does the Lions? Yes, they do. As long as it's done before March 15th. Because that's when all the bonuses and the salary becomes accrued. That's why I hated what Frank Ragnow did. That's why I was upset more with Frank Ragnow than I was the Lions. Because he waited to June to retire. Which means you couldn't attack it in the draft. March 15th is that cutoff. So if he announces it right away and we can prepare for it, then all we're on the hook for is this bonus.
Yeah, so it says here that depending on the timing of his retirement, if he does it before or after June 1st, Lions could clear a substantial amount of cap space, including a $15 million in the 2027 cap space if he retires by the end of next year.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. It says June 1st, but there's that March 15th practice bonus that everybody gets for being a part of the roster. So if he does it before that, he doesn't even get the practice bonuses of the 1.5 million or whatever it is too. That's what I'm getting at. Frank Ragnow got the practice bonus and never came to OTAs or practice and then quit right after June 1st, remember? I think it was June 5th when he announced his retirement.
Yeah.
So then his whole salary counted against us. We didn't even get to save it. That was the dick move. Even though he wasn't making any money because he's not playing the game, it still counted against the cap. But I will say that's one tough son of a bitch. I've been having some chest tightness, but I'm willing to come back and play. And his fucking pectoral muscles torn from the bone and requires surgery to fix it. Couldn't pass the physical. How tough are you to say I've got some chest tightness and try to come back and play? God, no wonder why they called him Frank the Tank.
Didn't he also have like a grade 3 hamstring tear?
No, it was he had that inoperable turf toe.
Oh, that's okay. I thought I saw something about a hamstring.
No, that was a couple of years ago. That's why he missed 6 games to get a hamstring tear, and then he came back.
Oh, okay.
But thanks everybody for watching. Have a great evening, and we will see you next week. Hopefully, we're talking about a Victory Monday, where we're going to be doing a lot more mock drafting.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.